Salams and welcome. Thank you for joining me in episode number 2 of the series of the 7 pledges, which I used to hand out at various schools and universities and my business seminars with business CEOs and university professors and school principals and teachers as well. And the starting point of this, when I was invited to deliver talks to various schools on career choice, and then I used to deliver talks to various business leaders on how to run a successful business. So this particular episode, this is in episode number 2 of the 7 series in this particular series. And the starting point, if we want to transform South Africa, and my mission is to try and see in what way I can help to make South Africa a better place, and that is each and every student in school. And please share this with your children and share this with the Gen Z, share it with your youth, share it with your grandchildren, and teachers must please share it with their school pupils, and principals must share it with everyone. That the starting point, if you want to achieve success in anything you want to do in life, you must make a personal pledge and a promise to yourself. If we want this current generation of South Africans or anyone in the world to be better human beings, the starting point is yourself. You've got to start with yourself. And in the Amazing Brain workshop, I show that the media and the wealthy and powerful people, they want to put our brain in the cage. And the solution for releasing your brain from the cage is to seek knowledge and to read. Without reading, you'll be a slave to other people who want to control your behavior and want to control your brain. And that is why you will see that many times, whether it's Hollywood movies or whether other movies, there's so much vulgarity and swearing and so much wrong things happening, that as if we try and assume that these things are right, but these things are far from right. The brain works on the GIGO principle known as GIGO, garbage in, garbage out, and goodness in, goodness out. So we need to put good things in our brain. So the starting point is you need to make a promise to yourself to be a better human being. So please note, in all of my work, there is no copyright. You are more than welcome to make copies of this. You can type this as I'm reading this out. You can type it up. As long as you give acknowledgement, you put my name there, and then you can type it up, give it out to schools and colleges, whoever you can, and share it. Let's share it with everyone else, because my mission is to try and transform South Africa, make South Africa into a better place. You must remember, the children of today are going to take their place in Parliament tomorrow. And at the moment, I'm not really happy what I'm seeing in Parliament, especially with the various POO, which is poo, and we know that poo is very smelly, and poo means a point of order. And many of our parliamentarians, sadly 90% of them, do not even understand the meaning of the word POO, poo, and make silly remarks and conduct themselves with very bad manners and ill manners. And that is not the example that our leaders must set for our Gen Z. So please share with me this one here. I will read through this personal pledge and promise to myself, and this is how I want all our South African youths to be and youths of the world to be, so that thereby we can produce a new, better generation of South Africans and a better generation of leaders, not only in South Africa, but on the African continent as well as on the world. Right, so this is what I used to do. I used to give out these pledges, and then the person had to write their name there, that I so-and-so John Smith, and I declare I promise to do all of these things. And at the bottom, I used to leave a space there, excuse me, where I used to make them sign on this particular day. I used to sign there, and then their parent used to sign there, right? But if you don't have my signature there, just make it, as long as it's a personal pledge to yourself, you're making a promise that you're going to be a better human being by using your brain, a magnificent gift from the Creator, right? So let's start with this pledge. It's a promise that you're making to yourself, right? I so-and-so, John Smith, do hereby make the following commitments and promises to myself. No one is forcing me to sign this document. I acknowledge that by signing this document, I am making a promise to myself and will hold myself accountable. I will endeavor to read this pledge at least once a week, for example, every Friday night. I make a pledge and a promise with myself. That means I'm going to be a better human being. Firstly, I make a promise that I acknowledge that I am a special and unique human being. I acknowledge that there is no other person like me in the whole world. I acknowledge that I am a winner. I promise that I will respect myself, and I promise that I will respect other people. I promise that I will work to the best of my ability to unleash the potential that is within me by the daily choices that I make. I acknowledge that I have a gift or a talent that has been given to me by God. I will do my best to recognize my talent and make it my strength. I will henceforth from this day onwards refuse to carry the hurt and the pain of the past with me. That means we have all had difficulties in the past, but I will stop reflecting on the past and I will stop carrying the hurt of the past with me. I acknowledge that today is a special day. Every day is a gift. I will seize the hour and use my talents and gifts for the benefit of myself, for the benefit of my family, and for the benefit of others who need my help. I promise that I will treasure every moment and make productive use of each and every day. I promise that my attitude in life, I know that my attitude in life determines my altitude. So I promise to have a better attitude, an attitude of gratitude. I promise that I will not compare myself to other people to feel proud that I am better than them or feel miserable that they are better than me. And especially in social media, there are too many comparisons. I will only compete with myself and compare with myself and try to better myself on a regular basis, striving with the Kaizen philosophy, the Japanese philosophy, which talks about ongoing incremental improvements. I promise that I will not do anything that is against my culture or against my religion or against my morals or ethical norms and standards that determine my highest values that guide my life. I promise that I will not bow down to peer pressure out of weakness. I will never allow anyone to force me or to tease me to experiment with drugs or to experiment with smoking or to experiment with sex or alcohol or gambling or join a gang without first giving such a major life decision very serious thought and considering all the repercussions that will affect not only me but my family, my community and my country. I am the captain of my own ship. I will not allow other people to bully me and make me feel ashamed so that I commit sex with other people which I don't want to do, or join a gang when I don't want to do, or experiment with drugs or gambling or join a gang or criminal empire. I promise to set goals for my life, honorable and worthy goals, and write these goals down. And I promise to read these goals on a regular basis, because without goals, how will I even know the direction of my life? My goals give meaning to my life. I understand that without goals, my life has no direction and no purpose at all. I commit myself today to achieving my goals. I also know that victory comes at a price. However, I will not allow obstacles to weaken my spirit. Instead, I will anticipate obstacles and then find a way to overcome these obstacles. I am not a quitter. I will keep persevering, for victory may be just around the corner. I commit myself to seeking wholesome and beneficial knowledge and then to use that knowledge for the benefit of other people. I commit myself to a personal code of conduct which has special meaning to me in my life. I promise and I commit myself to being the best that I can be. I acknowledge the fact that my Creator did not send me to this world to fail. I commit myself and I promise to have balance in my life in all areas of my mind, body, heart, and soul. I commit myself and I promise to grow the garden of my mind with wholesome, beautiful thoughts and to keep maintaining my sacred brain with positive thoughts and not to allow negative thoughts or self or doubts or external harmful thoughts or images from the environment to affect my beautiful mind. I will stop playing old B-grade movie reruns in my mind and stop just focusing on what has happened to me in the past. My brain is truly powerful. I will nourish it. I will cherish the brain. I will fill my brain with useful knowledge and not fill it with harmful knowledge. I commit to reduce or totally eliminate input or ingestion of any toxic or harmful content that enters my brain, either from television or video games or media or drugs or smoking or alcohol or any other source that will harm me, my body and my brain. I will ignore the criticisms of people who say that I can't do it or that I am a failure. My personal mantra is that yes, I can do it. I commit myself to using both sides of my brain, thereby having a better understanding of myself and others and having the competitive edge in life. I will always seek first to understand others and walk in their shoes before I pass judgment or make myself heard and get into unnecessary arguments. I will treat others as I would want them to treat me. I'll commit to help the weak and the downtrodden people. I will be the friend of the lonely. I commit to strive to develop my manners, my personality and character. I commit to throw away the labels that people have put on me out of their own ignorance. I refuse to carry these labels with me any longer. I am a success. I am not a failure. I refuse to allow the labels to be my lifetime disability. I will show respect to everyone, irrespective of color, race, gender, language, culture, religion, disability, illness, status, or country of origin. I am proud and happy to be me. I am special. And please share this with others. And this is part of the personal pledge and promise that I make to myself. So please share this with the Gen Z and the youth, because we need to encourage the youth to be the best human beings that they can be. Stay well, look after yourself. Alhamdulillah.